I think abortion is taking a human life. It doesn't matter what time in the pregnancy. When you have the abortion, you're still taking a human life.
I believe that if you choose to get an abortion for whatever reason, maybe you're not ready for children, maybe pregnancy happened against your own will because you were raped or something like that, I believe that every woman has the right to terminate a pregnancy should they not want to, should they not want to have it.
I think it's a personal choice, so I support it because it's a medical thing, not a religious or political thing.
Personally, I don't agree with abortion. I don't like the idea of having abortion. I don't think I would ever have abortion. But for me, abortion is not the same thing as rights to have an abortion. They're not the same. And so as far as rights to, the right to have an abortion, I feel like that is a woman's right to choose. I am considered pro-choice. That does not mean I'm pro-abortion because I am not. Pro-choice means that I am for a woman's right to choose. And it should be the woman to choose what she wants to do with her body, not 100 men in the Senate decide what a woman would do with her body.
I am very much pro-life. I believe that abortion is the ending of a life. And so I think that I personally think it's wrong.
I do. You can't carry a child in your body for 9 months and feel the child moving and give birth to a child and not realize that is murder. Removing a child from the mother is murder.
I do not. I believe that life begins once the baby is viable.
Abortion is legal, and right now it's subsidized by the government through Planned Parenthood. I know a lot of teenage girls that have had abortions. My best friend had an abortion in high school, and it haunts her to this day. That was 40 years ago. 40 years ago she had an abortion, and every year on the day that she had the abortion, she calls me, and she cries, and she mourns the child that she killed.
Pay for it yourself.
Alright.
But I'm a libertarian, and I don't feel like I should be paying for anyone's phone, food, electricity, or anything else. Yeah, the Constitution doesn't give me the right to free housing and free everything else.
I guess that all depends on the situation as usual. I feel like that, of course, it depends on a woman's situation. But we can either pay for an abortion up front for a woman who can't afford to have one, or we can then, because she can't afford to have one, we can support that child through our taxes for the next 15, 18, 20 some odd years. So we can either do it on one side or we can do it on the other side.
Consider a guardian.
So like any age, if parents are okay with it?
Because what if it's a 13-year-old girl and she's been raped?
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
I mean, do you want her to have to, by the time she's 18, the kid will be over 4 years old. Her life is ruined.
Yeah.
True.
I feel like it should be guardian consent. Young people don't always know what's best for them, and so I think maybe young women should have, under the age of 18, probably should have guardian consent, unless of course they're emancipated or whatever, but yeah.
I would not, if the parents are giving consent to that and they're under 18, the parents are agreeing for their child to have major surgery because an abortion is major surgery. I don't think someone under the age of 18 should be able to go get an abortion and have major surgery without their parents knowing. I mean, I think that's ridiculous.
I think that even a girl who, if she's under the age of 18, she still shouldn't even be required to have parent consent. I think that if a girl is seeking medical care, then she should be given it.
Like I said, there's always exceptions. I think that violence like that, because rape is not a crime of passion. Rape is an anger issue. Rape is a control issue. And I think you can pass that on genetically. So if someone were raped, I think that she should be able to terminate that pregnancy because there's no telling what type of child will be produced from that violence.
think anyone should be able to, because it's a medical procedure, and if men got pregnant,
Yeah.
there would be abortion clinics in the back of 7-Elevens.
Yeah, probably.
That'd be kind of scary.
It's true. A lot of this has to do with control.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think rape victims definitely deserve the right to terminate a pregnancy should it occur in rape.
No, I don't think her rights would be restricted. I think she just needs to be more judicious. You have a right not to have sex, and you have a right to use birth control. Do you have a right to kill a child? I don't think that right exists.
Yeah. The thing about it is, if you make it illegal again, what will happen is it will go to back alleys. And people die from botched abortions. And the idea that a whole party's political platform is based on whether a medical procedure is moral or not is asinine.
It does take away a woman's rights, yes. Because that goes back to the whole idea that I'm pro-choice. And that every woman should have the choice to do whatever she feels like she needs.
Oh, I think being the mother of 7 sons, I think the father has a great number of rights in the situation. I don't think a woman should be able to not tell a man that he's going to be a father and then go down and kill his child without his consent.
I feel like a father should have definitely be considered in the decision, and his ideas should definitely be weighed.
I definitely think that the male should have a right to say, that's my child. And if I want to raise my child, you don't have to be involved in the child's real life. If I want to raise my child, they should have that right.
It's her body unless he can get pregnant. Yep. But I think it should be there should be a time limit. I mean, the whole partial birth abortions, that kind of stuff, that just, I'm sorry, but if someone can't figure out they're pregnant within 6 weeks, well, first off, they should never have been allowed to have sex in the first place.
I think if a woman has the right, the money to do that, and that's what she wants to do, that's her right to choose that.
Well, I don't think it's an effective form of birth control because it is a serious medical procedure. However, I think that a woman shouldn't have to justify their reasons for why they're choosing to have an abortion. They should be allowed to. Their privacy should be respected.
No. I think we covered that in the it's not birth control kind of thing.
Die, apparently.
Is the child going to be able to survive without her if she dies? Or is she going to die in the process of giving birth so that the child will live? In which case, that's got to be her decision. I mean, would I have died to let my son live or my daughter live? Maybe. Because I'm opposed to abortion. But then again, you got to think, what's a kid's life like knowing that his mother died for him? He'll never know his mother.
No, I think it protects women from stupidity. They go out and they get pregnant, and then the solution is to go have an abortion. I don't think it protects women from anything. If you don't want to get pregnant, don't have sex. If you don't want to get pregnant, use birth control. It works for most people.
Yes, it certainly does. We talked about that before. If a woman can't afford to have a child, we can either pay for it up front for an abortion, or we can pay for it for the next 20, 15 years, whatever it's going to be.
Heck yeah. And it's not just protecting the woman, it's protecting the taxpayer, because at this point you're rewarded for having as many kids as you possibly can shoot out.
All right.
It's true. There are women who make money off of it. You go to California, that's practically an industry.
Really?
Yeah. You're rewarded in this country for making bad decisions.